Economic development in the Cincinnati region this year boomed. Between Amazon, the Uptown Innovation Corridor, and other large projects, this region will see billions of dollars in development over the next 5 years. Here are our top 3 picks of stories with the biggest regional impact. Coming in at number 3, the Millennium.
This is our only opportunity.
The Millennium is the largest hotel in downtown Cincinnati with 872 guest rooms, steps away from the Duke Energy Center. It bills itself as a 5-star hotel. City and county leaders disagree, telling the I-Team it's outdated and costing the region in lost convention business.
Well, the owner doesn't really care about the building. I mean, they've run it into the ground.
After stalled negotiations between city and county leaders to get the owners to update the property, local leaders were ready to move on. With the port, plans were beginning to take shape to build a new convention hotel on a lot at 5th and Plum. Then, word of a deal between the Millennium and local developer Vandercar Holdings. The catch? The county needed to come up with the $1.3 million to secure the deal.
If we don't put forward the down payment, the deal goes away, and we are stuck with the Millennium where it sits for we don't know how long.
The county paid the money. The vote was 2-1.
This deal is the worst deal since I've been here.
The Millennium closes its doors December 31st. The port is expecting to close on the property in February. According to county officials, demolition could potentially take a year. Number 2, FC Cincinnati Stadium. Construction is well underway for the new home of Cincinnati's MLS soccer club, but the growth has been bumpy. Residents and some businesses were displaced, like Monica Williams, Just Cooking.
When I first started Just Cooking, it was all me. And I never knocked on the city doors and asked for help and never asked for anything from anybody. But this time it can't be all me.
Stargell Stadium moved to a new location across the street. There were debates over whether stadium crowd cheering would impact music hall performances, and the Cincinnati Ballet, with its leased parking lot also in the way of a new stadium, has agreed to move to a new location in Walnut Hills on Gilbert Avenue. Meanwhile, the I-Team learned that the lease agreement with the port allows FC Cincinnati to avoid some taxes as long as the lease lasts less than a year, but it can be renewed until 2070. The first renewal has already been granted.
It's structured that way because the Port Authority and the team and our lawyers came to the conclusion that that would be the best way to structure it.
They're essentially running a tax avoidance scheme for the well-connected.
The new FC Cincinnati Stadium is set to open in 2021. And coming in at number 1, Amazon's Air Hub
is going to be a mega project for our region.
The groundbreaking in May was a big enough deal to bring Jeff Bezos here for the event.
This hub is going to let us get packages to customers faster, and that's a big deal. We're going to move Prime from 2-day to 1-day, and this hub is a big part of that. Super excited about that.
The hub will sit on 900 acres just south of CVG with a $1.5 billion price tag. It's expected to create at least 2,000 jobs. Amazon planes are already flying in and out of the airport. And while construction is going on at the site, Northern Kentucky transportation officials are trying to improve roadways for the anticipated growth in business, workers, and traffic.
This is a microcosm of that much larger problem. How do we get all these people to these brand new jobs and get them home again?
We have almost $250 million worth of projects happening this year in Northern Kentucky.
That will include a new interchange at 275 and Graves Road. Amazon's Air Hub is set to open in 2021. We'll continue to follow many of these stories throughout the new year. Meanwhile, Pat LaFleur has the rest of our top 9 Move Up Cincinnati stories on WCPO.com. Lisa Smith, 9 on your side.